Hello everyone, just wanted to stop in and give you a really quick update on my CGM journey. This won't be a long video, I just don't have time this afternoon. But I have been really getting into the nuances now, really playing around with the timing of my eating, the timing of my carbs, you know, what I should be eating before my carbs, also even how I should be moving my body before and after meals and what sort of differences that make. And it's pretty phenomenal. I'm really excited to learn this information to apply to myself. It's really going to change quite a few things about the way that I eat without really changing what I eat. Just, you know, those nuances of the timing of things and my exercise either side of my meals. So I'll share that with you another time. But all I wanted to stop in to share with you today is just to show you roughly what my journey is looking like in terms of my blood glucose graph and my graphs, my daily graphs, and let you know how I am actually feeling amongst this experiment. So this is my day one graph. You can see some really, yeah, my blood glucose was peaking quite high and dropping quite quickly. These sort of spikes are what we want to avoid for our, you know, there's definite short-term symptoms from doing that, at least that I've experienced, and there's most certainly long-term, you know, health consequences to that. You can go back to my other videos to where I speak more into, you know, what spiking our blood glucose like this can do over time. Anyway, so that's obviously my meals on that day. I eat a very good diet, whole foods, very little processed foods. And so even amongst my really healthy and nutritious diet, I was seeing these, you know, these big peaks. So that was day one, I think. So here's me starting to get a handle of it. Still spiking a lot at breakfast time. I've really been playing around and experimenting with my breakfast. I do enjoy a sweet breakfast most of the time, which seems to be problematic, which is probably not surprising. So I'm still experimenting there, but on this particular day, you know, throughout the day and over lunchtime, you can certainly see I've got a handle on what foods I can eat to really have a really stable and low blood glucose reading that day. I'll skip past that one for a second. This is me when I'm really comfortable. I've had a good day in terms of what I've eaten here to keep my blood glucose again, you know, reasonably low and nice and steady. We're after these nice rolling hills. This is over the course of a few hours. Obviously, when it's over the course of 24 hours, the peaks are going to look a lot sharper. But I just wanted to show you this because this is a majority of my day here. I'm sitting quite steady and quite level. This one here I just threw in before because this is actually my breakfast this morning. Again, having a play around, just out of curiosity, I had 2 bits of really thin, small, gluten-free toast with about 2 tablespoons of baked beans on top. Now, this peaked my glucose at nearly 9, which is not where I want my glucose to be at any time, really. So, and interestingly enough, that was a way bigger peak than was for my chocolate cake that I have eaten. And also I ate a chocolate bar and I didn't get that sort of reaction. But that's got more to do with the timing and what I ate beforehand, which I'll talk about later. But my main message today is I just want to let you know how I'm feeling. Now, these peaks that I was having, particularly even this morning, this steep drop here, and I've talked about this in another video, my heart was racing all the way down here. My heart was racing. I had sort of the internal jitters and I felt quite anxious. Okay, so this sharp, sudden drop, that's what it did to my body. But overall, on these days here that I'm getting it right like this, I cannot explain how good I'm feeling. I am not hungry. I am certainly not craving sweets, which is can be an issue for me, particularly after dinner. I have had more energy. You know, I have pretty good energy throughout every day anyway. but this was next level. So my energy has been like 10 out of 10, just about. My only issue has been I normally hit a wall at about 8 o'clock at night because I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I haven't been hitting that wall at 8 o'clock. So my only kind of downside is that I've still had energy till about 9:30 at night, which is a little problematic because that's actually when I'm normally getting into bed. So I've had a little bit of trouble getting my body ready for sleep on a couple of those nights. Not every night, but normally my sleep is about probably a 9 or a 10 out of 10. And there's a few nights where it's maybe been about a 7 or 8, just in terms of the fact that I have struggled to wind down and get to sleep because I've been so energized. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like over time for me. But yeah, the days that I have managed to eat to keep my blood glucose steady and rolling, my energy and my clarity of mind has been pretty phenomenal. So I'll keep monitoring that and I'll keep sharing. And I'm really keen to share, you know, more about the nuances of how you might be able to optimize your eating to avoid these huge spikes. So stay tuned. Hope that's helpful to someone, and that's all for now. Bye.